Hi, my name is Michael Gillings. I'm an evolutionary biologist here at Macquarie University, and my main research interests over the last few decades have been in DNA diversity. DNA diversity is really an interesting subject because it generates the diversity of life on the planet, and it allows us to understand how living things work and how living things evolve. From my perspective, understanding the way that DNA works is central to humanity's progress in the 21st century. There's an advantage to using DNA as a study subject because it allows you to work on every single kind of living thing, from the smallest viruses and bacteria to the largest mammals and sharks and things like that. And in my laboratory, we've worked across this range of organisms over the last couple of decades. We use DNA techniques that run from very simple techniques that are easy to do to the most complicated and up-to-date next generation sequencing technologies. And we use this to investigate key problems that humanity faces over the next 100 years or so. Some of these problems are about conservation of the natural world. How do we conserve endangered species? How do we test where organisms can move to under climate change? How do we deal with the oceans acidifying and the loss of coral reefs? DNA technology can help us to ask key questions and find solutions to these problems. Some of the other problems we're investigating are more focused on human health. We're interested in the origins and spread of antibiotic resistance, which is a medical crisis facing all of humanity over the next 50 years. And we're reconstructing where these resistance genes come from and where they get to. From my perspective, understanding DNA and the way that DNA works is essential for humanity in the 21st century. This century really is the century of biology, and at the heart of understanding biology is understanding DNA. That's what we try to do every day in my labs. That's what my students are interested in, and that's the contribution we think we're making to the future of humanity.